You can scream stupid words and still sound like this. Today we'll be going over exactly how I wrote that section. So how are we going to create that riff? Well, we'll start off by programming some simple drums and bass. Then I'll probably track the guitars and get some of that heaviness down. And then lay down some vocals on top as well. My brain has decided to bless me with an idea today, and it goes a little bit like this. Basically, that's kind of all I've got going for me right now. So I'm going to pull on that thread a little bit, see how far that takes us. 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to go straight in after the what, but instead of keeping that straight time, I want to move it to like a dotted feel, so like and just kind of mix it up a little bit, because I don't know, maybe I've been listening to too much 1056 or something, but I'm just feeling it. I've moved a few little sound effects so that when it drops, it's gonna fucking smack. So now all we need to do is put some drums in. That's kind of where I'm going. So we're going to hit both crashes first, then we're going to go on to the China, because it's the only way to go. So something's not right here. Right, tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to take the Chinas out because I'm struggling with this. So this is what I would do if I'm struggling with this, which I am. So I'm going to take the Chinas out and I'm going to put the kicks on the notes where I know where I want them to be. And then I'll figure out what the fuck is going on after. What is happening right now? It's not right. I'm struggling. I'm already failing. I've only just started. Which leads me on to my first piece of mega Johnny advice for you, right? It's important to run into issues, because if everything goes swimmingly and you just make something exactly how you wanted to make it, you won't learn anything. Like, I've got this idea in my head. I've approached the drums. I'm having a fucking problem. I'm having a nightmare. And I don't know why it's happening. So now I'm forced into a position where I have to figure it out. And from that, I will learn something. And that's the approach that you've got to take in music production, I think. Because that's how you sort of expand your skill set. Bit of deep knowledge for you there. Maybe it's triplet feel. It is fucking triplet feel, isn't it? It's fucking triplet feel for fuck. I'm thinking it's dotted, it's triplet. Right, so we've learned something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what I'm thinking. Right, let's put them Chinas back in. Just wait until the guitars go in. This is going to sound sick. That is kind of our basic drum beat. So we've got like a little sample there, which is fucking absolutely dirty as. Listen to this. I'm a real fan of that sample. I've used it in another song in this release as well. So let's put some stupidly low bass notes in, because it's literally a brown note. Like, it's drop A, just an entire octave down, so it's too low to be like audible, but it's also just still heavy. Like, when you tune the guitar that low, it becomes less of a melodic thing and more of a percussive thing, you know. You're not looking to hear the chord progression in these riffs. You're looking to feel the punch of the riffs, which is quite interesting. It's something that sort of I've been listening to a lot of recently, and I just wanted to kind of try using that technique. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to use my favorite little technique to program bass, which is copy the drum MIDI into the bass MIDI and delete everything except the kick, and we should have the bass pattern, or near enough. So we're in A. This is going to be interesting. So what I'm having to do here is, because I literally can't hear the notes when we're this low on the bass, I'm programming them an octave up and then moving them down. All right, that will do for a beginning bass thing. Like I said, it's more of a percussive thing. Like, I don't particularly think that it's going to matter because it's going to be so low, but the notes that might do are this dig and dee-doo-doo because they're a little bit higher up, so you might be able to actually tell what they are. I'm going to move on to the tracking some guitars now, but what I'm going to do is open up my Axe Effects control thing, activate a pitch shifter at the start of the signal chain. So what this is going to do is alter the pitch of my clean DI signal before it hits any of these things. So it's as if my guitar is tuned really low and then it's going into the drive pedal, the amp, and the cab. So it's going to sound low, but, you know, don't get me wrong, if I had like a thicker strings and an 8 string, maybe I'd even be able to get there, but I don't. And this is only a demo, so we're just trying to get the vibe right now. So fuck it, let's use a pitch shifter. So we're going down. So it's set to 4, it needs to be 12. Now the only thing that will happen when you do this, there is a tiny, tiny bit of delay. Like, I can hear the delay in the guitar, but that can be fixed inside Cubase, because when you track the guitars, as long as your playing is tight, you can just shift them. It's going to sound ridiculous and probably a bit messy until some extra layers get in. But let's stick the click on. And I'm going to have to downpick the last word. It's the only way I'm going to hit it. To be fair, I could probably downpick it all. And if you downpick, you get that gentiness. Oh, that is so difficult to downpick. I'm not John Brown. Okay, let's just listen to how this sounds and see if it sounds shit or good. Maybe if I chop it a little bit. It is sounding untight as fuck. I think if we tighten these notes up a bit, it might sound a bit better. It fucking does. I don't know how that works, but it's probably just the untidiness in my playing, and because you're so low, everything's coming through. But once you tidy up the notes a bit, and it sounds so tight to the notes, like, it really does make a difference. Right, let's record that ending bit. Like, I won't, you know, this is just for demo purposes. If I was doing it for real, we'd probably, you know, spend a bit more time on this and get some nice tails and fade them out and everything else. So that's kind of the root idea. And now, where my head has gone is in some of these gaps, we're going to fill with samples. So let's do that next. Did-a-da-wee, did-a-da-wee. That's what I'm hearing. So I had a sample earlier in the song, which is like a screamy thing. That's one we can use for sure. That's the one. Oh, it's both of these. Okay. The second one, I want to go onto the other thing. This is sounding pretty fucking lethal right now. Oh, fuck me. This is fucking lethal. Oh, see, now I can hear it overlapping into the following 4 bars. So, like, it'll go... Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, boom, dun-dun-dun-dun, boom. Oh, fuck me. Right, we need a sample. We need a sample to get in there. One that's fucking lethal. Do we have any more cool ones? I'm sure I had a scream that I was quite keen on using. That's going to have to come right down in volume. Maybe I could layer that other one onto it. Good lord. I'm fucking... This is going to be fucking lethal. I cannot wait to scream on this. Just wait for the screams on this. It's going to be so good. Dun 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 dun. Oh. I'm going to get these guitars tracked, and then I'm going to go back into the drums and rework them a little bit to suit the riff a bit more. Okay, the delay is annoying, but you can just fix it by shifting it. It's not the end of the world, boys. Not the end of the world. Right, we need some more samples to fill the gaps. So... Oh, I've just had a fucking sick idea. Right, we're going back to the original fucking thing from the start. And it's going to fill that little bastard gap there. And it's going to be so fucking nice. Oh my goodness, boys. Is this the fucking heaviest riff I've ever written in my entire life? What the fuck? This is fucking sick. I cannot wait to lay some vocals down on this. And now I want that sample. And I'm going to chop it so it goes dit. Right. So this is what we've got so far. So what I've noticed straight away is I need to cut, because that haunting sort of background ambient crackle is drowning out my accented samples. So I'm going to create space for those by literally chopping the sample where I want the other bits to poke through. As much as I love my ghost notes, like, it's more for like a technical riff, whereas this is just fucking in your face. Maybe one more round and then back into the chorus. But this time we're going to half time the drums. I'm thinking like a half time. We're going to hold the guitars. Maybe I'll just fucking twat that note. Dum 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 dum. Let's give a listen to this. Let's move on to some vocals then, I guess. It's the first step to any important vocal chain, boys. It's the chicken and broccoli and sweet potato. It's my secret formula to girthy screams. I'm going to end up making a song about chicken and broccoli one day. Shall we do some screams, boys? I think it's time. Step 1 for screams. Turn your monitors off. You need quiet in the room. Quiet in your mind. Quiet in the room. There's definitely not quiet in my mind. The second thing we need is a pad to write our depressing lyrics into. And the third thing we need to do is take this little fucker off the stand and allow myself the flexibility to scream. Make sure you've got plenty of wire length, because you never know how much length you need. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change that scream. I don't want to live with regrets because I don't like the sound of it. I'm going to get rid of all that entirely. So instead of I don't want to live with regrets, I'm going to preface the next riff with a vocal sort of timing that kind of gives away that triplet feel. So we're gonna go you are the only one. You are the only one. That was like a little bit of a higher scream there. We'll do another one. You are the only one. Not my fucking best takes, but who gives a fuck? You are the only one. don't know if you should drink coffee and do vocals. Still gonna drink it. I think I'm a coffee addict. There's nothing quite like a fucking scalding hot brew on the roof of your mouth, just burning to feel the rage that lives inside for screams. You could just do straight time. Rut, 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 rut. You are the only one who makes a difference. You are the only one who makes a difference in your life. So get in the driver's seat. No, it doesn't work. So it's get in the driver's seat. 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 That could be cool. Get in the driver's seat. Are the only one who makes a difference in your life. So one who makes a difference in your life. So get in the driver's seat. I think so. I like that sort of like low for the individual punchy notes, but I think I want get in the driver's seat to be a bit higher up. So get in the driver's seat. And like, oh yeah, so basically I could like scream it and then like bring the scream back into words almost towards the end. One who makes a difference in your life. So get in the driver's seat. So I actually quite liked that take that I just did, so I'm going to see how that sounds in the main vocal. Now this is difficult because I put the little accent in a different place, so I can't go straight time because it don't fit. So let's think of something else to do. You can escape your early death. That's what we're fucking singing. Because we are metal. You can escape your early death. Now that I've got those down, I'm going to do some doubles. And the trick with doing the doubles is you want them to be the same type of scream, but then you actually shove the left and the right one up and down one semitone to give them some like sort of slight difference in pitch. And then obviously spread them left and right. And it creates this really interesting thickness, just in case you were wondering. You can escape your life. Yes, you can escape your early death. You can escape your early death. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to record 2 low screams, and I'm going to pan them left and right by a certain amount, and I'm going to layer them on certain words that I want to be particularly impactful. So probably the last one, get in the driver's seat. So let's try that. Get in the driver's seat. Get in the driver's seat. And then we're also going to do death as well, because that one is the most metal word ever. Death! It's too high. Death! I think that's it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the vocals on the snare hit of the drums so that it literally just cuts. And it'll sound like this. And then I want basically no instruments. So wherever I find any noise, I'm going to cut it right back all the way because I want it to be a nice dead stop. Right. So I want to put like a fucking, so it almost sounds like there's a pig squeal already on this fucking, this drop. I'm not going to do a pig squeal, but I'm going to do something pretty fucking low and disgusting. So, but the thing is, right, this is my ongoing theory. At this point, it's so low, who the fuck knows what you're even saying? Like, it's just metal, it's raspy, it's hard. So I'm going to say a word, and it's going to sound class, but I'm not going to give a fuck what the word is. So I'm probably just going to say the word Steve, and we'll see how that sounds. Steve! I need to be lower. Steve! Fucking, I am shit at this, man. Trying to figure it out. You can fucking hear me laughing at the end of that take from Saint Steve. Listen to this. Literally. Fuck's sake. Let's layer some lows. Steve. That was actually pretty good. Stop! I'm shit at highs. Steve! 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 Nobody knows that I'm saying Steve there. I'm telling you now. It's impossible to tell. Steve! That'll do. So, let's have a listen to how this is sounding. And if you're interested to know how I wrote the rest of this song, then check out this video. I've also done some other ones, but otherwise, thanks for watching.